Hi, I'm Doc Palmer. I'm the author of McGraw-Hill's best-selling reliability book, the Maintenance Planning and Scheduling Handbook. Maintenance planning and scheduling is a best practice, but most people find it just to be frustrating. If we can overcome the frustration and understand the two fundamental concepts, we can have a competitive edge because most people don't get it. The first concept is we want to run planning as a Deming cycle, admitting plans are not perfect, and we'll make them better over the years, especially with feedback. The fundamental concept underlying scheduling is we have to fully load weekly schedules to defeat Parkinson's law. Parkinson's law is the amount of work assigned expands to fill the amount of time available. It is much better to fully load the schedule and allow breaking the schedule than to underload the schedule and allow for reactive work. We will have reactive work, but if we fully load the schedules and accept less than 90% schedule compliance, we will get a pop in work order completion rate. That extra work that we will do is proactive work. The industry rule of thumb for proactive work is 1 to 10. Every extra dollar you invest and make yourself do of proactive work is worth $10 on your bottom line in profit or cost avoidance, which is profit. You're greasing a bearing correctly at the right time instead of replacing a bearing at the wrong time, collateral damage and loss of product. Some of the proactive work could be a little thing somebody tells you about. You don't wait until the last moment and be surprised and have to do it in the middle of the night. So we want to do proactive maintenance. We're going to talk about preventive maintenance today, and then next time predictive maintenance, and the next time a little bit of project work. Preventive maintenance is a huge leverage. A corrective maintenance job you might do once every 2 years. There's a 50% rule there that you'll repeat it in a year. So if you improve a corrective maintenance job with the feedback or some other way, you have extra time to improve the job plan, you've improved half a plan, half a job for the next year. But a monthly PM, if you improve that, right filter size, the right tools, correct ladder, correct steps, you've improved 12 jobs for the next year. So there's a 1,200% chance of that job being repeated in a year because it's a monthly PM. So if you do the corrective maintenance one time in the next 2 years and the monthly PM 24 times, the PM improvement running the Deming cycle is 24 times as profitable, and that's the leverage there. However, most PMs, we've got them pretty well worked out and got the kinks out of them, so you don't get a lot of feedback, and we get complacent about looking at the PMs for feedback. You'll get feedback, done, 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 completed, completed, finished, finished, done, done, done as planned, completed, done, 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 done. And so we stop looking at the feedback for a PM. But then after a year and a half, say 18 months, you suddenly get feedback. Well, this is really not the correct filter size. It works, but this other filter size is better. And if you take a longer ladder, this job will be safer. Why do we suddenly get feedback on that routine PM that we've got the kinks worked out of it? Yes, it's usually a different person got assigned. The first person, they know what to do. Maybe they take a longer ladder. Maybe it's a taller mechanic. And they know how to make the other filter work. Or maybe they take the correct filter. They just don't write it in there because they know. But after a year and a half, the supervisor assigns that job to a new person. That new person goes out there and realizes, yeah, that's really not the right filter. Let me look into this. And a longer ladder would be safer. So we don't want to get complacent about the feedback. The second thing is planners should not be changing the scope or the frequency of a PM. That's really a reliability engineer job. They're looking to mitigate certain failure modes or avoid certain failure modes. You might have a PM every 2 weeks to look to see if there's a crack in a pier that's supporting a wharf. But the big crack will only happen about once every 2 years. But why do we need to look every 2 weeks? Well, the failure mode of that certain pier support, when it starts, you've got about a month to do something about it, or it's going to be very expensive to fix. But if you catch it within a month, you can easily grind it out and fill it, and you don't have to do the big repair. You've avoided the big problem. But because you only have a month to look for it, you've got to look at it every 2 weeks. And then you'll be thinking, well, why do we need to look? We hardly ever find anything. So no, that's a reliability engineer design PM. And as a planner, we can raise flags, ask questions, but we would not be normally changing the scope and frequency. But there's a lot of little tools, how you look, longer ladder, correct filter size on things, safer ladder, that kind of thing. We want to look for that. So that's my take on PM, a little bit different, super high leverage, and thanks for letting me be part of your maintenance family, and God bless.